What if I told you that the words you speak to yourself every morning could change the entire course of your day and your life? Imagine waking up and instantly setting the tone for success, clarity, and peace, no matter what the world throws your way. We often wake up with a rush of thoughts, fears, and expectations. The world seems loud, chaotic, and demanding. But what if, instead of letting it overwhelm you, you took control of your mind before anything else? What if the simple act of speaking 5 lines to yourself every morning could create a shift in your mindset, helping you navigate even the toughest days with grace? Let's dive into why this practice is not just helpful, but essential for inner peace and resilience. We live in a world where external pressures are constant. Work deadlines, family responsibilities, financial worries, and social media distractions. It's easy to get caught up in the noise, to let the outside world dictate how we feel, and to let stress take over our thoughts. But when we wake up in the morning, we have the power to take a step back and reset before all that happens. Yet many of us wake up and immediately get swept up in the chaos. We forget the importance of grounding ourselves, and we allow our minds to follow the path of least resistance, which often leads to anxiety, self-doubt, and confusion. The idea of speaking 5 lines to yourself every morning comes from the simple yet profound truth: you become what you tell yourself. Your words, especially the ones you say to yourself, have a unique power. They can shape your reality in ways you might not fully understand. And when you speak with intention, it's like planting seeds that over time grow into the life you want to live. But what kind of lines should you speak? The key is to choose words that are uplifting, empowering, and grounded in wisdom. Here are 5 examples of lines that can help. Today, I choose peace over chaos. Peace isn't something that just happens to us. It's something we choose. Every single day, life gives us opportunities to make that choice. The world will always have its share of chaos. Traffic jams, deadlines, unexpected conflicts, and countless demands pulling us in different directions. But the truth is, none of these external factors can control how we feel unless we let them. When you wake up and consciously decide, today I choose peace over chaos, you're doing something extraordinary. You're reclaiming your power. It's a simple statement, but its impact is profound. Think about it. When was the last time you paused to take charge of your mindset before the day began? Most of us wake up and immediately start reacting. Emails, notifications, worries about the day ahead. We're on autopilot, letting the world dictate how we feel. But this single line flips the script. It shifts the power back to you. Let's break this down. What does it mean to choose peace? It doesn't mean the absence of problems or challenges. Peace isn't about living in a bubble where nothing goes wrong. It's about how you respond to what's happening around you. Imagine a storm raging outside. Choosing peace is like standing firm in the middle of it, unaffected, because you've built a shelter within yourself. When you say, today I choose peace over chaos, you're setting an intention. You're telling yourself that no matter what happens, whether it's a rude comment, a stressful meeting, or an unexpected setback, you will not let it disrupt your inner calm. The situation might be chaotic, but you don't have to be. Now let's address the chaos. Chaos is inevitable. The phone will ring, deadlines will pile up, people will disagree with you, that's life. But here's a powerful thought. Chaos is external, while peace is internal. Chaos exists in the world. Peace exists in your mind. And here's the key. You are in control of your mind. You can't control the traffic, but you can control how you react to it. You can't control someone else's bad mood, but you can control whether or not you let it affect yours. The act of choosing peace over chaos isn't just a morning ritual. It's a mindset you carry throughout the day. Let's say you're stuck in a stressful situation. Maybe you're running late, or a project isn't going as planned. Instead of letting frustration take over, remind yourself, I choose peace. You'll notice something incredible happens. Your perspective shifts. The situation doesn't magically resolve itself. but you approach it differently. You think more clearly, you feel less stressed, and you handle the problem with grace. Here's another thought. When you choose peace, you're not just helping yourself, you're influencing those around you. Have you ever noticed how calmness is contagious? When someone remains composed in a tense situation, it has a calming effect on everyone else. By choosing peace, you're not only improving your day, but also contributing to a more harmonious environment for those around you. But how do you make this choice stick? How do you ensure that your morning affirmation becomes more than just words? The answer lies in practice. Like anything else, choosing peace is a skill. The more you do it, the better you become. Start with small moments. The next time someone cuts you off in traffic, instead of getting angry, take a deep breath and say, "I choose peace." The next time a colleague snaps at you, instead of snapping back, remind yourself, "I don't have to absorb their chaos." Over time, this practice becomes second nature. You'll find that you no longer have to remind yourself because it's simply how you live. The beauty of this process is that it doesn't require drastic changes to your life. You don't need to quit your job, move to a remote island, or meditate for hours every day. All it takes is a single conscious decision each morning. Today, I choose peace over chaos. In making this choice, you're not only improving your day, you're transforming your life. Because peace isn't just a fleeting feeling, it's a foundation. It's what allows you to navigate life's challenges with strength and clarity. And when you consistently choose peace, you'll find that the chaos of the world starts to have less power over you. You'll feel more centered, more in control, and more aligned with the life you want to create. So tomorrow morning when you wake up, take a moment to pause. Before you reach for your phone, before you think about your to-do list, close your eyes and say these words. Today, I choose peace over chaos. Say it with intention, say it with belief, and watch how this simple affirmation begins to shift your day and your life. I have the strength to handle whatever comes my way. Strength is an interesting concept. Most of us think of it as something physical, something measurable. But true strength, the kind that gets you through life's toughest moments, isn't found in your muscles. It's found in your mind. And every morning when you remind yourself, I have the strength to handle whatever comes my way, you're tapping into a reservoir of power that's already within you. Life is unpredictable. Challenges will come, some small, some overwhelming. But here's the thing, you've faced challenges before. Think back to a time when you were convinced you wouldn't make it through a situation. Maybe it was a heartbreak, a financial setback, or a loss. At the time, it felt impossible, but you made it. You found a way. That's the proof of your strength. When you say, I have the strength to handle whatever comes my way, you're reminding yourself of this truth. You're acknowledging that no matter what happens today, you're equipped to face it. This isn't just about positive thinking. It's about recognizing your resilience. Strength doesn't mean you won't feel fear or doubt. It doesn't mean you won't have moments where you feel overwhelmed. Strength means you keep going anyway. It's not about being fearless. It's about being courageous. And courage doesn't come from the absence of fear. It comes from the decision to act despite it. Let's talk about why this affirmation is so powerful. When you start your day with this mindset, you're preparing yourself for the inevitable challenges ahead. You're not waiting for something to go wrong before deciding how you'll respond. Instead, you're taking a proactive stance. You're saying, no matter what happens, I've got this. This kind of mindset changes how you approach problems. Instead of seeing them as roadblocks, you see them as opportunities to grow. Instead of feeling defeated, you feel determined. This shift in perspective doesn't just make you stronger, it makes you unstoppable. But how do you build this strength? How do you ensure that this affirmation becomes a reality in your life? The answer lies in small, daily actions. Every time you face a challenge, no matter how minor, remind yourself, this is a chance to grow stronger. The more you practice this, the more resilient you become. Think of it like building a muscle. You don't become physically strong overnight. You lift weights, you push yourself, and over time, you get stronger. The same is true for mental and emotional strength. Each challenge you face is like a weight. It's heavy, it's uncomfortable, but every time you lift it, you're building resilience. Here's another powerful thought. You don't have to face challenges alone. Part of strength is knowing when to ask for help, when to lean on others, and when to take a step back to recharge. Strength isn't about doing everything on your own. It's about knowing your limits and respecting them. So tomorrow morning when you wake up, take a moment to say this affirmation. I have the strength to handle whatever comes my way. Say it with conviction. Say it with the knowledge that you've overcome so much already. And say it knowing that no matter what happens, you are strong enough to face it. I am in control of my thoughts and emotions. Take a moment and think about this. How often do we let external events dictate how we feel? A rude comment from someone, a missed opportunity, or even a sudden change in plans can send us into a spiral of frustration, sadness, or anxiety. It's as if we're passengers on a train, powerless to control the direction it's heading. But the truth is, we're not passengers, we're the conductors. And when you remind yourself, I am in control of my thoughts and emotions, you're stepping into that role. Control doesn't mean suppressing your feelings or pretending everything is fine when it's not. It means recognizing that you have a choice in how you respond to what happens. Life is unpredictable and things will go wrong. It's a guarantee. But what matters is how you interpret and react to those moments. Let's start with thoughts. Our thoughts shape our reality. They influence how we see the world and ultimately how we act. Negative thoughts can lead to a cycle of doubt, fear, and inaction, while positive thoughts can inspire confidence, clarity, and momentum. But here's the key. Thoughts don't just appear out of nowhere. They're habits. And like any habit, they can be changed. When you say, I am in control of my thoughts, you're reminding yourself that you have the power to choose what you focus on. For example, let's say you face a setback. Maybe you didn't get the promotion you were hoping for. The immediate thought might be, I'm not good enough. But what if? Instead, you decided to think, this is a chance to grow and improve. That one shift can change everything. It takes practice, but over time, you can train your mind to see challenges as opportunities and failures as lessons. Now let's talk about emotions. Emotions are powerful. They can drive us to achieve incredible things, but they can also hold us back if we let them take over. It's easy to think that emotions happen to us, like a sudden rainstorm we can't escape. But emotions are responses. They're signals from our minds and bodies telling us something about what we're experiencing. And just like thoughts, we can choose how we respond to them. Imagine you're stuck in traffic and someone cuts you off. The initial surge of anger might feel automatic. But what happens if you pause and remind yourself, I'm in control of my emotions? Instead of reacting with frustration, you might take a deep breath and think, this isn't worth my peace. It doesn't mean the situation changes, but your reaction does, and that makes all the difference. Taking control of your thoughts and emotions isn't about being perfect. It's about being intentional. It's about pausing before you react and asking yourself, is this how I want to feel? Is this thought serving me? It's about recognizing that you have the ability to shape your inner world no matter what's happening in the outer one. One of the best ways to build this habit is through reflection. At the end of each day, take a moment to review your thoughts and emotions. Were there times when you felt out of control? What triggered those feelings? And most importantly, how could you have responded differently? This isn't about judgment, it's about learning. The more you reflect, the more aware you become, and the easier it is to make intentional choices in the future. Another powerful tool is mindfulness. When you practice mindfulness, you're training yourself to observe your thoughts and emotions without getting swept away by them. It's like watching a river flow by. You see the water, but you don't have to jump in. Mindfulness helps you create space between stimulus and response, giving you the freedom to choose how you act. But let's be clear, taking control doesn't mean suppressing or ignoring your feelings. Emotions are valid and they deserve to be acknowledged. If you're sad, angry, or anxious, it's okay to feel those things. The goal isn't to avoid emotions. It's to manage them in a way that serves you. Acknowledge how you feel, understand why you feel that way, and then decide how you want to move forward. When you start your day by saying, "I am in control of my thoughts and emotions," you're setting a powerful intention. You're reminding yourself that no matter what happens, you have the tools to handle it. You're taking responsibility for your inner world, and that's one of the greatest acts of self-care you can practice. I am worthy of success, peace, and happiness. For many people, self-worth is a tricky concept. It's easy to believe in someone else's potential, to cheer for their success, and to celebrate their happiness. But when it comes to ourselves, doubt creeps in. We question whether we deserve good things. We compare ourselves to others and convince ourselves that we're not enough. That's why saying, "I am worthy of success, peace, and happiness" is so important. It's not just a statement, it's a declaration, a reminder, and a commitment to honor your own value. Let's break this affirmation down. Start with the idea of worthiness. What does it mean to be worthy? It doesn't mean you're perfect. It doesn't mean you've never made mistakes. Worthiness is about recognizing your inherent value as a human being. You don't have to earn it, you don't have to prove it. You're worthy simply because you exist. When you say, "I am worthy of success," you're acknowledging that your dreams matter. It's easy to get caught in a cycle of self-doubt, especially when you face challenges or setbacks. You might think, "Who am I to aim for this goal?" But the real question is, who are you not to? Success isn't reserved for a select few. It's available to anyone who's willing to work for it. And that includes you. Now, let's talk about peace. In a world that often feels chaotic, finding peace can seem like a luxury. But peace isn't something external. It's something you cultivate within yourself. And you are worthy of that peace. You don't have to wait for the perfect moment, the perfect job, or the perfect relationship to feel it. Peace is your birthright. When you remind yourself of this, you give yourself permission to let go of the things that disrupt your calm and embrace the things that nurture your soul. Finally, happiness. This might be the hardest one for many people to accept. We live in a society that often equates happiness with achievements, possessions, or circumstances. But happiness isn't something you find, it's something you create. And you are worthy of creating it right here, right now. You don't need a certain job, a certain income, or a certain relationship to be happy. Happiness is about appreciating the present moment, finding joy in the little things, and allowing yourself to feel good without guilt or hesitation. When you start your day with this affirmation, you're setting the tone for how you treat yourself. You're reminding yourself to stop seeking external validation and to start believing in your own worth. You're giving yourself permission to dream big, to pursue what brings you joy, and to let go of the idea that you have to prove anything to anyone. But how do you make this belief stick? Start by noticing the moments when self-doubt creeps in. When you catch yourself thinking, "I'm not good enough," pause and challenge that thought. Ask yourself, what evidence do I have for this belief? Most of the time, you'll find that it's just a story you've been telling yourself, a story you have the power to rewrite. Another powerful practice is gratitude. When you focus on what you already have, you start to realize that you are already enough. Gratitude shifts your perspective from lack to abundance, helping you see the many ways in which you're already successful, peaceful, and happy. So tomorrow morning when you wake up, look in the mirror and say, "I am worthy of success, peace, and happiness." Say it with conviction, say it with belief, and carry that mindset with you throughout the day. Because the truth is, you are worthy. You always have been. And the moment you start believing it, your life will begin to reflect it. I will make today count. Let's pause for a moment and reflect. How many times have you found yourself saying, "I'll get to it tomorrow," or "there's always another day"? It's so easy to put things off, to let time slip away, and before you know it, another week, month, or even year has passed. That's why this simple statement, "I will make today count," holds so much power. It's not just a declaration, it's a commitment to value the present moment and make the most of the time you have. Every day is a gift. It's a cliche, sure, but it's also a profound truth. Think about this. You woke up this morning. That alone is a reason to feel grateful. You've been given another 24 hours to learn, to grow, to connect, and to take steps toward your goals. But how often do we squander this precious gift? We get caught up in distractions, routines, and excuses, letting the day slip by without truly living it. When you say, "I will make today count," you're making a promise to yourself. You're promising to live with intention, to prioritize what truly matters, and to let go of the things that don't. It's about recognizing that today isn't just another day, it's an opportunity. And opportunities once missed don't always come back. But how do you make today count? It starts with clarity. You can't make the most of your day if you don't know what you want to achieve. Take a few minutes each morning to reflect on your priorities. What's the one thing you can do today that will move you closer to your goals? Maybe it's a work task you've been avoiding. Maybe it's reaching out to someone you care about. Maybe it's taking a small step toward a dream you've been putting off. Whatever it is, identify it and commit to it. Once you have clarity, the next step is focus. Distractions are everywhere, and if you're not careful, they'll consume your day. Social media, endless notifications, and even well-meaning people can pull you away from what's important. But when you've decided to make today count, you're choosing to prioritize what matters over what's merely urgent or entertaining. That doesn't mean you can't enjoy your day. It means you're intentional about how you spend your time. Let's talk about effort. Making today count doesn't mean you have to achieve something monumental. It's not about grand gestures or massive successes. It's about doing your best with what you have. It's about showing up fully, even in the small things. Whether it's a conversation with a loved one, a task at work, or a moment of self-care, give it your full attention and effort. When you do, you'll find that even the simplest actions can have a profound impact. And then there's gratitude. When you're grateful for the day, you naturally want to make the most of it. Gratitude shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance, helping you see the value in the present moment. Take a moment to appreciate the little things. A sunrise, a kind word, a moment of quiet, and let that gratitude fuel your actions. But what about the days that don't go as planned, the days when nothing seems to go right? Even then, you can make the day count. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Maybe you didn't accomplish everything you wanted to, but did you learn something? Did you grow in some small way? If so, the day wasn't wasted. When you say, "I will make today count," you're also reminding yourself to live in the present. It's easy to dwell on the past or worry about the future, but the only time you have is now. The past is gone, and the future isn't guaranteed. All you can do is make the most of this moment, this day. Let's not forget the ripple effect. When you make today count, you're not just impacting yourself, you're impacting the people around you. Your actions, your attitude, and your energy have the power to inspire others. By showing up fully and living with intention, you're setting an example for those around you. You're reminding them that every day matters and that they too have the power to make a difference. Over time, this practice becomes a habit. The more you focus on making each day count, the more natural it becomes. You start to notice the opportunities you used to overlook. You begin to feel a sense of purpose and fulfillment, knowing that you're making the most of your time. So tomorrow morning when you wake up, take a deep breath and say to yourself, "I will make today count." Say it with conviction, say it like you mean it. And then go out and live it. Do the things that matter. Be present in your interactions. Take steps toward your goals, no matter how small. And at the end of the day, take a moment to reflect. Ask yourself, did I make today count? If the answer is yes, celebrate that. If the answer is no, don't beat yourself up. Just use it as motivation to do better tomorrow. Because here's the truth. Life is made up of days, and the quality of your life is determined by how you spend those days. When you choose to make today count, you're not just improving this one day. You're creating a life that's full of meaning, purpose, and joy. Make today count and watch how it transforms not just your day, but your entire life. But here's where the magic happens. It's not about just saying these words. It's about believing them. It's about repeating them with conviction, with emotion, and with the understanding that these words are a direct reflection of who you are becoming. You see, it's easy to say something, but it's much harder to believe it, to live it, to embody it. When you start your day with these affirmations, you're not only speaking words, you're creating a mental environment where these truths can flourish. You're inviting a shift in your mindset that will make you more resilient, more focused, and more intentional in every action you take throughout the day. The more you speak these lines with sincerity, the more they become a part of your identity. This is where true transformation begins, in the consistency of these daily practices. Over time, these words will not just be reminders. They'll become the foundation of how you live, how you react to challenges, and how you view yourself and the world. The 5 lines you speak to yourself every morning have the power to transform your day and your life. They are not just words, they are declarations of your mindset, your strength, and your potential. As you practice this habit, you'll find that you become more aligned with your goals, more resilient to the inevitable challenges that arise, and more at peace with who you are. The most important part is to begin. Speak these lines every morning with intention and belief. Let them set the tone for your day, and watch how they begin to shape your life in ways you never imagined.